Hey guys, what's up? It's another Monday, which means that we have got a national sports to talk about today. If you do not know me, I am Taylor from K-Way, a radio station in Waverly. You can hear me do some news over there around the noon hour every weekday. You can also hear me do some sports as soon as high school sports get going again. There's a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a boring part of my year, if you will. But a little bit later on, you'll be able to hear some play-by-play by me over on K-Wave. We've got two, actually, FM stations as well as an AM station on 99.3. You can hear that's Y 99.3. It's a pop music station if that's what you're looking for, and then on 96.3 on the FM and 1470 on the AM. That's a country station. Actually, that's where you can hear my news every weekdays on either 1470 or 96.3. Again, around the noon hour is where you can hear me, and then a couple different spots throughout the day as well. Make sure you go over there, listen to everybody else on K-Way as well. Matt, Carolyn, Scott, Al, Ryan, whoever you hear on there, they all do a fantastic job. And it's very entertaining, if I may say so myself. But with no further ado, let's get to the topic here today. And what it is my fixes, my quote-unquote fixes for the NCAA tournament. Now, the NCAA tournament is great. It's very, very good. Certainly by no means needs fixing. But if it were me in charge, here's some things that I would tweak to make it a little more how I like it. And the first thing for me is that I would get rid of the first four. Those games played in Dayton before the first round of the NCAA tournament officially kicks off. For me, the teams that have won those games have never actually, that doesn't count as an NCAA tournament victory. It's especially dumb the way that I do. It's my biggest pet peeve with the NCAA tournament is the first four and how it's done. If you must keep that first four, certainly I am not putting a team that won their conference tournament, won the automatic bid, into those games. I don't care if you're from the SWAC. I don't care if you're from the MEAC. I don't care if you're from any tiny little conference. If you won the conference, you should be in the proper NCAA tournament. So if I'm forced to keep the first four will be the very last. If you're going to keep 4 games, I guess it's going to be the very last 8 at-large bids that got into the NCAA tournament. They will do battle in those games in Dayton. Because that makes sense. That's the logic. It makes sense. What's happening now does not make sense. So that's my reasoning for that change. And really, I mean, that's the biggest change that I can really think of. As I mentioned, it's a pretty good product. It brings in loads of money. It's fantastically entertaining. And it's a lot of basketball if you're into basketball. And even if you're not into basketball, the drama is fantastic. Now, here's my other changes on it. A lot of times the seedings are done not in strictly what they deserve basis. That's not what the committee is basing it on. They're also basing it on travel, as well as, in some cases, what's a good matchup. And so what I would do if I was in charge of the committee is tell them, hey, you seed this thing as they deserve to be. Don't care about travel. If, the number, whatever, this 8 seed is from the Northeast and they have to go to California and play, tough. Like, that's just how it works in the seeding. Sorry about your luck. Maybe if you win a couple more games, get a 7 seed, possibly you stay closer to home. I don't know. But, it only makes... I understand why they do it, and I'm not that turned off by the fact that they're doing it for travel. That's... If I have to live with it, I can. But if I'm in charge and I can change things, I would change that. And certainly I would change the fact that... the committee does makes certain seeds and certain matchups so that either that matchup or the round of 32 matchup or a Sweet 16 matchup is has some extra drama, some extra storylines to it. I don't like that at all either. I would also get rid of that. But other than that, again, I just, I'm not sure there's a lot to fix there. If you've got some ideas on how to quote-unquote fix the NCAA tournament, or how would you tweak it, let me know that. You can do that here on YouTube. You can also do that over on Twitter at Taylor from Kway, or you can find me at Taylor Knits on Facebook. That's going to do it for me here, though, in this video. And until next time, I am Taylor from Kway.